Anybody go on spring break? I guess some of you don't really have to worry about spring break when your kids are older, or you don't have kids yet. You're not subject to the vagaries of the school calendar. But we had spring break. I had a lovely spring break, if I do say so myself. It was calm, it was relaxing, it was peaceful, it was quality family time. And believe it or not, all of this was at Disney. I know, right? I say that because I was just there a little while ago, and you know, I'll be honest, I haven't been a big Disney guy until this past week. I really haven't, because, you know, I mean, it's like you thought of. When you think about Disney, you don't think relaxing, you don't think calm, you don't think soothing. What you think of is sweating in long lines, right? And eating overpriced bad food, and riding rides that you wait 4 hours for, and then it's 3 minutes and it's over. You know, I figured it out. Last time we were there, I think in a whole day at the park, we rode like 6 rides. You know, you go all that way, you do all that for six rides, you know, with probably 18 minutes of fun, you know, for all that work, for $400 for a whole family, you know. I was like, man, what kind of a deal is this? This is terrible. So I was always one of those bah humbug kind of Disney types. But there's magic at Disney, and I found it. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to put it on the internet, and I hope nobody else finds out, so we'll just keep it between us and those of you on the internet, right? Those of you watching. It's a campground. There's a campground at Disney. Fort Wilderness Campground. And it's amazing. It was this is the best family vacation we've ever had. There's all this stuff at Disney that, like, I didn't know about, because I thought Disney was Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios. You know, it was awesome. First off, the weather was great. Anytime you go camping, if somebody says I had a good week of camping, you know that the weather was good. It's like 68 at night. It's like 83, 84, 85 during the day. There was a pool within walking distance with a water slide. No charge. Every half an hour they had kid games. Felt like every 5 minutes. The kids could just go play. They gave them a prize. It was just included. Bike trails, as far as you want. The first day we were there, we rode 6 miles, which for Rob isn't that good, but for us mere mortals, right, especially children, 6 miles, we just went. And we went to the Wilderness Lodge, where they've got Old Faithful in the back. You just wander around, and like there's a geyser going. Free boat rides. We took a boat ride across the lagoon. We took a boat ride to downtown Disney through canals. We went horseback riding. Right? My son rode a horse named Cheeto. He absolutely loves Cheeto. Thinks Cheeto's the best. Every night, they have a campfire sing-along where you can roast s'mores for a modest fee if you don't bring your own, of course. But not too bad. And then they show a movie, like outside, under the stars. You just sit there, and there's just a movie playing. It was quiet. I saw one mosquito the whole time. Find me another campground where you only get bit by one mosquito in a week. It was amazing. And it was completely and totally not what I thought of when I thought of Disney at all. When Jesus came 2 weeks ago, he came on Palm Sunday, and he walked in Jerusalem, and we all stood here and we waved palms. We proclaimed Jesus as king, and when that happened, there were things people expected, right? They expected that he was going to raise an army. They expected that he was going to fight battles. They expected that he was going to restore the kingdom. They expected he was going to take over. They expected an amusement park, basically. I mean, it sounds a lot like, being at Disney World. That's what they expected. But they found that the magic was something different. The magic wasn't found in all of the things that we typically associate with Jesus. I mean, you think about, how would you know if somebody was Jesus? Well, people claim to be Jesus by doing different things. They claim to be Jesus because they can heal people. Or they claim that they give great sermons, and we're attracted to things like that. We're attracted to leaders who can impress us with different things. We're all attracted to the flashing lights. We're all attracted to, greatness in this world. And they expected greatness in this world from him. And they found that the magic was in the cross and in his death, in his resurrection. And so we, as his disciples, of course, whenever we are looking for answers, we naturally do what everybody does. We're attracted to the impressive and the bright and the beautiful and the sparkly. I mean, I passed around a book a little while ago with the evangelism committee, The Purpose-Driven Church. Remember that one? Good book, right? We read it. We talked about how we can implement different things here and how we can help grow. Well, the whole reason that book got published is because that church has 20,000 people on a weekend. If I wrote that book, nobody'd buy it. It wouldn't even get published. All right? We look to the successful people in the world. We look to the people with the ginormous houses and the fancy jobs, and we read their books, and we figure that they're going to tell us how to live life because they've got success. Lee Iacocca's book sold I don't know how many copies. Joel Hudger's do. Yeah, so see, that's what I mean, because nobody buy it, because you're not Lee Iacocca, man, and it's okay. But that's the kind of thing we're attracted to. We want to know what the people with all the money did to be successful. We don't want to know what the person who got crucified did. That's just not as interesting. And Thomas gets so much grief, right? Because Thomas is doubting Thomas, and Jesus shows up, and he shows up to the disciples, and they go, well, and Thomas goes, well, I'm not going to believe it. And he gets a lot of grief for that. And that drives me nuts, because Thomas knew what to look for. He knew what to look for. He wasn't impressed by the Magic Kingdom or Epcot. He's not impressed by having a whole lot of people or having a big house, a great job. Thomas knew what made Jesus God and what made him worth following and what he should emulate in his own life. The kind of person Thomas wanted to follow had those marks. And that's the person that we should look forward to. And underneath each person who has really got the kind of life worth emulating, you'll find those marks somewhere. And if they don't have them, probably not worth following. And any church that's worth being part of is going to have those marks too. So whatever it is that we're doing here, planning, strategizing, whatever, the cross and resurrection need to be a part of it. Whatever you're looking to change about your life, whatever progress you're looking to make, whatever needs to be different for you to be the person God intended you to be, those marks are going to be a part of it. Find them. Find people with them. Look for them in the world. Don't doubt, but believe. Amen.